On September 11th in the United States, we had 2.3 million Arab Muslims living in the United States. It took 19 hijackers, 19 radicals to bring America down to its knees, destroy the World Trade Center, attack the Pentagon, and kill almost 3,000 Americans that day. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. So for all our powers of reasons and us talking about moderate and peaceful Muslims, I'm glad you're here. But where are the others speaking out?
The Lebanese queen herself, Brigitte Gabriel, is here to chime in on what's going on in the world. I'm Tal, the traveling clad, your favorite Zionist prince. Let's take a look.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace to you all. My name is Saba Ahmed. I'm a law student at American University. I am here to ask you a simple question. I know that we portray Islam and all Muslims as bad, but there's 1.8 billion Muslim followers of Islam. We have 8 million plus Muslim Americans in this country, and I don't see them represented here. But my question is, how can we fight an ideological war with weapons? How can we ever end this war? The jihadist ideology that you talk about, it's an ideology. How can you ever win this thing if you don't address it ideologically?
Great question. I am so glad you're here, and I am so glad you brought that up because it gives us an opportunity to answer. What I find so amazing is since the beginning of this panel, which we are here about Benghazi attack against our people, not one person mentioned Muslims. We are here against Islam, or we're launching war against Muslims. We are here to discuss how 4 Americans died and what our government is doing. We were not here to bash Muslims. You were the one who brought up the issue about most Muslims, not us. And since you brought it up, allow me to elaborate with my answer. There are 1.2 billion Muslims in the world today. Of course, not all of them are radicals. The majority of them are peaceful people. The radicals are estimated to be between 15 to 25%, according to all intelligence services around the world. That leaves 75% of them peaceful people. But when you look at 15 to 25% of the world Muslim population, you're looking at 180 million to 300 million people dedicated to the destruction of Western civilization. That is as big of the United States. So why should we worry about the radicals, 15 to 25%? Because it is the radicals that kill. Because it is the radicals that behead and massacre. When you look throughout history, when you look at all the lessons of history, most Germans were peaceful. Yet the Nazis drove the agenda. And as a result, 60 million people died. Almost 14 million in concentration camps. 6 million were Jews. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at Russia, most Russians were peaceful as well. Yet the Russians were able to kill 20 million people. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at China, for example, most Chinese were peaceful as well. Yet the Chinese were able to kill 70 million people. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at Japan prior to World War II, most Japanese were peaceful as well. Yet Japan was able to butcher its way across Southeast Asia, killing 12 million people, mostly killed with bayonets and shovels. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. On September 11th in the United States, we had 2.3 million Arab Muslims living in the United States. It took 19 hijackers, 19 radicals to bring America down to its knees, destroy the World Trade Center, attack the Pentagon, and kill almost 3,000 Americans that day. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. So for all our powers of reasons and us talking about moderate and peaceful Muslims, I'm glad you're here. But where are the others speaking out? And since you are the only Muslim representative, applause till the end. Thank you. Thank you. And since you're the only Muslim representative in here, you took the limelight instead of speaking about why our government, and I assume, are you an American? You're an American citizen. So as an American citizen, you sat in this room, and instead of standing up and saying a question or asking something about our 4 Americans that died and what our government is doing to correct the problem, you stood there to make a point about peaceful, moderate Muslims. I wish you brought 10 with you to question about how we can hold our government responsible. It is time we take political correctness and throw it in the garbage where it belongs and stop calling it state.
And there will be refreshments afterward. Did you want to respond to the...
I think radicalism. I can't follow that.
You had a follow-up that you'd... you go ahead.
Comment. Thank you for your responses. And I do really hope that other Muslims will start showing up at these conservative forums. But, you know, as a peaceful American Muslim, I would like to think that I'm not that irrelevant. I'm just as much an American, and I'm very deeply saddened about the lives that were lost in Libya. And I hope that we will find justice for their families. But I don't think that this war can ever be won by just the military. You have to you have to bring Muslims to the table to address this.
I think
So
everyone
thank you.
agrees that it can't be won
Everybody
just
agrees with
militarily, and I think that everyone has said that. Can you tell me who the head of the Muslim peace movement is?
I guess it's me right now, so thank you.
Actually, you know, I think this clip is relatively old, but there has been progression in that camp. For example, there's amazing people like Soraya Dean. If you don't know who she is, she's a Sri Lankan Muslim who has really stepped up to the plate and been very pro-Israel. There's a girl named Rihanna Adria, I believe. She's also a Canadian Muslim who openly stepped up to the plate. There's Tamer Massoudin, a Muslim who has stepped up to the plate. There's he's an Israeli Bedouin Muslim. There's Luai Ahmed. There's Rawan Osman, who's ex-Muslim. There's there are so many Muslims who have stepped up to the plate. But the reality is, what Brigitte said there still counts. It's not enough. If your group is made up of 1.8, almost 2 billion Muslims who are majority peaceful, and 75% of the peaceful ones is still 25%, still making up nearly, I think now the stats are way higher, to be honest with you. Probably about anywhere between 250 to 500 million people. That's larger than the entire United States of America. That is larger than the entire Arab world by 100 million people. That is the size of a very prosperous and massive nation. That is a force to be reckoned with, is 500 million people. Now, the difference is they're spread across the globe, which makes it even scarier because it's not one unified force of radicals that want to take over from this one place. It's radicals that are spread across all of planet Earth. They could be in Indonesia, they could be in the Philippines, they could be in Saudi Arabia, they could be in Egypt, they could be in Azerbaijan, they could be in Georgia, they could be anywhere. You have no idea where these radicals could be, because anywhere that Islam goes, they could potentially be there, hijacking and harboring what could be a very peaceful religion for their motives. It could even be in America. It could be in Israel. It is in Israel. It is in America. It is in the UK. We know this. It's happened before. So what she's saying is absolutely correct and holds till this very day. And that is the issue. How do you reform this religion to get them to the point where that actually there's a decrease in the radicalism? And I think that's the issue that we're all contending with. But Brigitte Gabriel is an absolute queen. I fucking love this woman so much. Hope I get a chance to meet her and make contact with her one day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, Klats. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel. And you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.